popular map. Spawning in the bottom right, the purple Zerg. Jardozer.
And his opponent in the top right-hand corner, it is the one, the only Red Terran.
KeeN.
Funnily enough, Central Protocol is more popular than Alrena, according to ASL map statistics.
Oh,
I checked a little bit earlier.
Absolutely.
I feel like
people hate Alrena.
I feel like anytime I cast Alrena, or Alrena, however you want to say it, Alrena, it's always like, okay, we're gonna have a fun game on this. Like, anytime I see it, they're just fun games, and it's not always stupid. It's just fun. I don't know, but, oh, you know what?
The thing is, from our perspective, fun. Sure. From the player's perspective, they're just like, oh, this freaking map! I can't believe we're gonna kill the first frigga. You know, and their jaw starts to clench up, and they're trying to talk through their teeth, and it's just absolutely difficult in that scenario. Luckily, you don't have to talk for StarCraft though, so.
Oh yeah, that'd be, you know, if you were doing your orders through talking, that'd be intense, man. KeeN though, 3-Rax Reaper, it's very common on this map in TvZ. And a lot of Terrans is simply, we don't want to play this out. We don't want to have to take a third CC. That's hard. That's rough. Bases are really far away. And biggest thing in this spawn position to point out then for our Zerg representative, the Terran's opponent, is you sometimes can take that golden left-hand side if you're in a precarious position and need a bolster in your economy. But, man, it's going to be hard. Hatch gas pool, what do you think, Jack?
And one of the cool things about 3-Rax Reaper, super strong, very aggressive, but because the Reapers take so long to build, and because they are so gas heavy, you can almost always take 1 or 2 command centers behind it easily, because you're just going to start stacking up those minerals just naturally.
First Reaper moves across, and oh man, the bunker. Bunker goes down.
And looks like,
oh wow, I went on KeeN's vision for 1 second, and I was almost having a seizure because it was flying around so quickly. That is very far back, as you just said, and I guess he leapsfrog forward. He can't make it on the ramp. There's already creep there too, so he's not going to be able to put it in the ideal position.
Yep, and this is, you know, the main thing that he needs to do right now is make sure these Reapers stay alive. Keep yourself alive. And Roachborn, yep, going to be one of those major tools that Zerg has to deal with this kind of attack early on. Using the grenades to get a couple of damages in, even killing Lings. Look at that, very beautiful. And this is forcing out units right now. You can notice that the Terran worker count is already ahead. Ooh, nicely done with the Queen. Oh, he needs to get out of there before those roaches pop out right on top of him. Gonna get even more drones. It's 24 to 18 workers. He's already done the damage that he needs to do, continuing to produce SCVs behind this and forcing out so many units.
KeeN is having a lovely day with this, and I gotta point out, I love how the meta has changed in 3-Rax Reaper. From in the beginning, Zergs were, okay, let's pump some extra Queens, we need to pump constant Queen and some Lings, and then the early Roach style started to inject itself in there, and someone said, wait, no way, these Roaches work well, but even with that, Jardozer is taking a lot of damage.
As he's focusing down over here, he should be able to get this Queen and even some more drones potentially here. A lot of larvae available to kill as well. Nice. Ooh, I like this
preemptive
zoning.
KD8 charges. Yeah, so good for zoning. Just push it back, and actually a couple of these situations they pushed it in front of them. But the Roach, never mind, they get through it. Never mind, they can get through it. We're good, ladies and gentlemen. Drones, though, are not mining this entire time. Nothing.
Yep. Yeah, not mining. There's only 23 of them. So very nicely done. Strong opening here for KeeN. We do see Jardozer with the supply advantage due to this large amount of Roaches, but as long as he's got enough home to defend the Roaches, he's going to be in a nice position. As you can see, getting that other command center down already, as often is the case with that 3-Rax Reaper being so gas heavy. Factory on the way as well. And that's one of those important things, that it's not just cheese, it's not just aggression. It's aggression and being able to macro out of it. Being able to...
The bunker, man.
Not quite going to be ready to defend. Not going to be ready. Nicely timed here. Jardozer taking his one major advantage over here. He's got some Marines back there. No stim just yet. It's a pretty good clump of bio.
I love that the tech lab is not the reactor on the front racks, just to save it easily. The Roaches can go in and snipe it, but in this situation, no. Marauder being mixed in, and Jardozer, he's really got to do some economic damage right here. Nice KD8 charges, actually, I guess a little bit
damaging his own building just a little bit.
But You can throw the roaches back. It's so easy. Yet,
Yep.
on the other hand, I'm just imagining roaches almost like you're KD8 charging them back, and it's like Blink. You have the weak ones going back and the strong ones at the front. It could go totally not your way, but ooh, and
Yeah.
it would be cool right here if we saw some, just bear with me, crazy layer and that queen able to block that off, or pardon me, the overlord able to block it off. It is the craziest thing ever, but I think that would be like,
you know what? We all love a good creep pooping. Who doesn't? But Overlord's getting exploded into the sky. Yeah, you know, it just makes you feel all better. And
rolling it like a donkey or something.
Well, you know, sometimes like a donkey, occasionally like a horse. Depends what, you know, kind of animal affinity you have going on. But in either case, Reaper's killing a roach. Gotta feel good about that.
Siege tank's coming off the back of this with a starport already here. I love that, you know, KeeN obviously he's a world-class player. He's doing this really well, but I do like seeing when the players, they're prepping for the mid game. They're saying, okay, cool, I did my Reaper damage early on. I got my stim on the way. +1's going to be done. Oh, it's not the gold base taken, but you have stim done, siege tank on the way, and +1. Man, KeeN's going to be moving out with an incredibly potent force versus Jardozer, who's just trying to hold down the fort at this point. He's just trying to hold down the fort, and I don't know if he's going to hold it down with all his roaches on the left-hand side. Not much.
He has no scouting for this either. He's just going to show up at his door with absolutely nothing seen beforehand. Tank in position, just barely out of range of the roaches. Moving in here, so much DPS with those stimmed buyout, and keep in mind, he's only got 1 medevac to heal, so he's got to make use of every stim that he has, and he does make great use of this. So many roaches being destroyed, overlords as well. Just an excellent timing, knowing exactly when to push forward, and that low ground siege tank wailing away at this hatchery here.
Not only with knowing how to push forward, but also with that Reaper on the left-hand side, noticing it, scouting it, and pulling the roaches, keeping pulling them. But KeeN moving in, as I was mentioning, preparing right after the Reaper fast expand, getting +1 attack, and stim at the same time. He's pushing, he's taking that out. And finally, we have a couple Ravagers for the AoE, a little bit of Corrosive Bile, but you gotta remember these small numbers without roaches to act as the meat shield. Ravagers have less health than roaches, and they're just gonna be sniped.
Man,
G to the G, KeeN takes game 1.
Blue. It is. KeeN.
And his opponent in the Coca-Cola Red, it is
Jardozer.
what I've learned from all my years and decades of commentary.
Many years, yes.
Trolling my own voice is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Oh yes, hell. That's not even me trolling my own voice. It's me trolling.
No, that's just a different voice. That's just
that's a different voice.
We're moving on into a whole nother level.
I'm like, what is it, Seth MacFarlane, who doesn't, I remember an interview with Seth MacFarlane, he's the guy that does Family Guy. Right. Someone asked him about his voice, and he said, oh, people don't know my voice, only like my girlfriend or something knows my actual voice, what it is. I use so many voices that they just get all blended together in my own voice. And I was like, that's awesome. Some intense stuff. I'm worried about meeting you and being like, this isn't my normal voice, I'm being followed.
I'm Batman.
Turns out I actually voiced Batman in all the movies. Yes. These standard openers from both players, KeeN and Jardozer. And honestly, for KeeN, in game 1, that was most likely chosen by KeeN, the central protocol. He knew what he was doing. It's one of those things where, okay, my guaranteed win over here. I'm going to put that in the right-hand side, out of mind, out of sight. And now I'm on the big one. How do I make it happen here, Jack?
Well, here at the Agoraphobia StarCraft League, we hate open spaces. And this map particularly, lots of open spaces. So we're gonna try to keep our focus tensioned over to these choke points, which are very, very important in the later game engagements. We do have that first Reaper coming off, and we have the following of the Marine, which KeeN has been liking. And that's the kind of thing I think you can do in these type of tournaments where Jardozer's not a guy you can really go ahead and do a lot of research on and be like, oh yeah, this is his style. But it's more like, okay, KeeN's got this build. It's good. Opens the same way, gets him in a comfortable position, gets him scouting, and it allows him to, ooh, nice surround there. Harder than it looks to do with those Zerglings. And
we know. We've had lots of experience with this.
And he's just going to go ahead and be able to express sort of his multitasking ability and start pushing his opponent around a little bit. It allows him to get into a face. And speaking of pressing people around, this is a relatively early Baneling nest before the lair.
It is, and I like it. As you just mentioned, no lair. Speed is on the way too, so it wasn't as if he skipped speed to throw down that Baneling nest. Quick third also, is Jardozer thinking, okay, maybe I can't outclass KeeN, but I can certainly Baneling all in him?
Maybe. I mean, at this point in time, it's sort of like we were talking about a little bit before. When you're the underdog, going for some crazy all-in might be like high risk, high reward. Might be the one chance that you can, you know, pull it out and make something happen. So we do see a lot of links coming out. Speed being finished. The Baneling nest is done. Third base being taken, but as long as he doesn't show his lings here, if he just only like zones out this Reaper with just a few lings and doesn't show too many, nicely done here, just 4. If it sneaks into the main, if KeeN sees this coming, it's going to be very, very
the Hellions coming up on the back, though. And exactly, Jack Attack. He needs to not show KeeN his lings, because if you look at KeeN's base, KeeN is...
he tried to run by. Looks like he's getting this around, though.
Can he get it? He's so close to getting this around, but Hellions getting themselves into a beautiful position behind that mineral line. The lings are so desperately trying to kill them.
There it is.
I'm not sure if that many have died. There's the surround, but what I was going to say is exactly, he doesn't want to show them, because if you look at KeeN's base, there's a quick third CC. Perfect Baneling bust opportunity. There's a lot of commitment into that third CC. We have a Liberator also coming out.
More links behind this. This is much commitment to be had. Oh no, tons of lings, Banelings over here, excuse me. The Zerglings off a little bit to the side, and the Hellions starting to poke out here.
Wait, what about the Liberator? Could it liberate that?
That could be completely liberated. He's going to liberate a couple of those. Oh, it's almost like he body blocked it with the lings. One Bane going down, but the rest of these are going to be able to get through quite easily, running through that one supply depot and going forward. But so much splash damage on these Banelings is going to make it really difficult for this to continue on. KeeN micring for his life right now, and has a bunker up on the side, going to finish stem, and he's going to get another Liberator out while this is all happening.
More lings are streaming across the map. Yes, the supply depot's down, but we got a bunker ready, and we have the Liberator on the other side of the map. Hopefully we'll be able to liberate some souls, and KeeN just trying to defend. Beautiful liberation zone right on top of the Baneling nests. Lings will be able to secure a couple SCV kills, yet overall KeeN's held on well, and we have another wave of lings coming, but it's a little bit late. Oh, there's a secondary wave. We have one more wave after this on the way, but it's starting to wane. The overall ling pressure of a Jardozer. Liberator manages to take out 3 or 4 larvae. Ooh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, he does, but these lings are continuing to stream in. Very difficult defense, but excellent positioning with these splash damage units. The Hellion are really the all-stars for this match.
Those Heli Bros really doing well, and I was thinking about that the entire time. I was like, Dreadnought, you're going to say Heli Bros. It's going to be awesome. But Hellions for now are kiting. They can defend it. The supply depot is up, ladies and gentlemen. I think KeeN is finally deemed it. I have defended. There's the GG. KeeN moves on 2-0 versus Jardozer into the round of 16.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.